what's up, and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm going to be showing you 10 products under 10 bucks that I'm absolutely in love with. Pretty sure you've heard of most of these products, if not all of these products, but if you haven't, you are in for a real treat because you guys know I absolutely love high-end makeup. You guys know that I have a shit ton of high-end makeup, but there is still tons of good drugstore products out there. Some are even better than some of the high-end makeups I have. These are like my go-tos, like my ride or die products that I constantly need to be refilling, need to have on hand for sure. If you guys are interested in seeing my top 10 under 10, then just stay tuned and keep watching. Alrighty, so if you guys know me, you guys know that I am a total lash junkie. I love lashes. I have tons of lashes. I love mink lashes, and I own lots of mink lashes. But these are some of my favorite lashes that I constantly am wearing. I'm not wearing them today, ironically, but I am wearing them all the time. I wear them together, I wear them separate. These are from Salon Perfect. They are the 615 and 614 lashes, and they look like this. These are just absolutely beautiful lashes. They were a lot harder to get your hands on a little bit ago, maybe a couple months ago or almost a year ago when they first kind of like came out. I see them everywhere now. So 614s are right here. They remind me of the Ardell Demi Wispy because they're shorter in the front and then kind of wisp out towards the end, but they're a lot longer and they're a little bit more full. I don't know, they just have this like nice separation. It's like a crisscross V to make your eye look super long and just really like cat-like and sexy. And then these 615s are right here, and they remind me so much of Max 35 lashes or Bambi from House of Lashes. They're pretty much the same. They're like separated cluster lashes, and they just make your eyes look so like doll-like and just wide. And these, since they have like a really thin band, they really blend well if you're like not wearing eyeliner that day. These are two of some of my favorite lashes. I'm pretty sure they're like everybody's favorite lashes now, but these are absolute must-have. So for my second product, this is an oldie but a goodie. This is the Coty Airspun Loose Face Powder. Drugstore obviously made this big a long time ago when he first started talking about it. I don't see like an absurd amount of people talk about this product, but I do know quite a few people that talk about this product, and I always recommend this one to everyone. This is like the drugstore version of the Laura Mercier loose setting powder. It's just very finely milled. It smells really good. It smells like baby powder. If you don't like the smell of baby powder, you're not going to like how this smells, obviously, but it's such a good face powder. It has no color to it. Well, it's translucent. I have not seen a different color to it, but it's more like a peachy kind of powder to it. It's not white. It doesn't give you a white cast when you use it. It's very full coverage on the skin, and it doesn't weigh your skin down. Powder literally holds through everything, and you get so much. Like, you get this entire tub, and I think it was like $8. Really do yourself a favor and go pick this up because it's like $8 and you won't regret it. So sticking with powders, let's talk about a bronzer that I've absolutely been obsessed with. Lots of people have been talking about this bronzer, but again, for a good reason. This is from Physicians Formula, and this is the Butter Bronzer. That is what it looks like. As you may have heard from other people talk about it, the only bad thing with this is that this is the darkest shade. And if you look at it, you may even think that this is like way too light for me. It's just a super smooth powder. It's so silky to the touch. You can't even see like the color really on there, but it just gives this nice like shadow. It's not so overly cool tone where if you only have this on your face, you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, like, what's happening? But it's also not warm tone. It's really great to contour with. I absolutely love this. It smells like a pina colada. Like, a lot of people say that they don't like the smell, but I absolutely love it. I don't care if it's like overpowering. It just smells so good. It's super finely milled, and I really feel like I could build this up and build this up forever, and it never looks cakey on the face, and it just blends in seamlessly with your foundation and your makeup. So I really, really love this powder. And obviously, I'm not gonna let you guys go through a whole video without mentioning a highlighter that I'm obsessed with. But if you don't own this, you also need to go get this. This is from Wet n Wild. Mine is from the Center Stage Fergie collection, and it's in the shade Hollywood Boulevard. I think they repackaged this and changed the name, but it's still the same. It's the one that looks like this. It's like yellow with pink and a little bit of brown, like camel and marble in there. But holy shit, like, look at that. It's super, super hella pigmented, and the shade of this is just so beautiful. It's like a burnt gold on the skin. Like, oh my gosh, it just gives you such an amazing glow. I mean, even here you can tell that it's like super glowy, but on the skin it just looks like wham, bam, highlighter on fleek. you love highlighters, you need to pick this up. And actually, it doesn't matter. Whoever you are, you need to go get this because this is absolutely one of my favorite highlighters ever. Even from like high end, this is one of my favorite highlighters ever. So jumping back to the eyes, I want to talk to you guys about an eyeshadow primer. If you guys are an OG subscriber of mine, you guys have heard me talk about this before. You've probably seen it in a couple of tutorials. This is from Essence Beauty or Essence Cosmetics. It comes like this, and when you open it up, you get like a little doe foot applicator, and it almost looks like a concealer. That is what it looks like. It's just a nice nudie shade. It's a little bit darker. It does pull just like a little bit more orange to it, but it actually blends out really, really nice. But what I love about this is that this is like the full coverageness of like the MAC Painterly Paint Pots, but it's like ridiculously less expensive. Consider this almost like a concealer because it just blends out so nicely and it's such full coverage on your eyes, but it's an eyeshadow base. It really extends the wear of any eyeshadow I have on. Not tacky, so if you put an eyeshadow on, it's not like you're not gonna be able to blend it out, and it just creates a smooth canvas on the eye. So if you're looking for a good eyeshadow base, I definitely recommend this one to you guys. Next thing I want to talk to you guys about is from Revlon. This is the Revlon Precision Lash Adhesive, and you're probably like, oh my gosh, it's just a lash glue. What's the big deal? To me, it really does count. This is the only lash glue that for me personally just wears all day. I've tried the Coco Lashes lash glue. I haven't tried the House of Lashes, though I hear that's pretty bomb. But I've tried the Ardell, I've tried the Kiss Lashes, a handful of lash glues, even like the Esquito one, and this is the one that really just kind of like knocks it out of the park for me every single time. This one, I know that when I put my lashes on, they are going to stay in place and they are going to stay all day. I also feel like I don't need an absurd amount of lash glue, and it doesn't freeze up on me, which is a huge thing. I had the Ardell one in the tube and I stuck it in my vanity. My vanity is next to a window. It's always been next to a window, but because I live in Minnesota, we have summer and then we have winter, and winter does get below negative weather, and immediately the Ardell one like froze. I'm like, okay, I guess I just have to throw them out. So I just wanted to give this one a shout out because literally this is like one of my holy grail products that I need to have in my vanity. Alright, so let's talk about a concealer. You guys probably know which one it is. This is from Maybelline. This is the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. Oh my gosh, this is just such a fantastic concealer. I use the shade Light 10, and that is what it looks like. This is one of my favorite concealers ever just because it blends out so nicely and it gives you a really good amount of coverage. It's not the most full coverage concealer, but what I really love about this is that it blends well with other concealers. So if I want a little bit more coverage, I can add like a little bit more of like my Urban Decay or my NARS or something like that. And this one, because the consistency is so smooth, it's not going to cake up under there. It's not going to weigh down the eye under there. And by itself, like I said, I really do love using this. I love wearing this whenever I have like blemishes or something like that because I can wear it over it and it's not going to, like I said, look cakey or dry or cling onto dry patches. It's just a really great concealer that I feel like everybody needs to have in their collection. And then the next three products were like extremely hard for me because I own tons of lip products, but I'm like, you can't have this whole video be lip products. So I only narrowed it down to three. Let's talk about some lip pencils first. So these count as two because they're from two different brands, but I still really wanted to talk to you guys about them. The first set of lip pencils that I'm completely obsessed with are from Rimmel London. They're their Lasting Finish 1000 Kisses Lip Contouring Pencils. And these are just two of my favorite shades. I have a whole bunch of them. This one is in the shade Tiramisu, and it's like a really nice like pinky brown right there. And this next one is in the shade Spice, and it's a little bit more red than Tiramisu. So that's right there. Aside from the fact that they're super smooth and they glide on really nicely, they sharpen easily too, they last a ridiculously long time. They're a matte lip pencil, but it doesn't feel dry when you wear them. I've worn these just by themselves and like filled in my whole lip with them, or I've just used this to like touch up and like literally just line my lips. But either way, formula isn't dry, the consistency is smooth, and it wears literally a ridiculous amount of time. I would say that this lasts longer than some of the liquid lipsticks I own that are high end. The next set of lip pencils are from Jordana. These are the Easy Liner Retractable Pencils, and here are just some of my favorite shades. This one is in Cabaret. It's like a really nice dark berry tone right there. And this next one is in Baby Berry, and this is like a pink soft berry tone right there. But same thing as the Rimmel ones, these are just so amazing because they glide on so nicely. The thing I hate the most is when you get a lip pencil and the color is so beautiful and the formula lasts a long time, but they're very hard to apply on the lips, or like you're constantly having to tug, or if it's like a wooden pencil, you know, they can sometimes stab you in the lips, and these or the Rimmel ones don't. So the Rimmel ones are wooden pencils. I don't really have a preference for them, and I actually don't really like like retractable pencils because I feel like they just break a lot easier, but these don't. These literally glide on, last a really long time. They have a very, very good pigmentation. These are like $2. Like, I mean, you can't really beat that, you know, $2. Like I said, I own high-end both retractable and wooden pencils, and these two, the Rimmel and the Jordana ones, are just like some of my go-tos. Like, I pick them over some of the high-end lipsticks, and I can't imagine not having these all time. And the last thing I want to talk to you guys about is, of course, a lipstick. It's not a liquid lipstick, it's a regular lipstick, but literally, like, these are my favorite, like one of my top 5 favorite lipsticks of all time, definitely in the drugstore. These are the Maybelline Soft Matte Lipsticks. This is just one of the shades I pulled. I really like this. Is in Clay Crush, and holy cow, like, God, I'm always just super impressed. So that is a swatch over there. It's like a really horrible swatch. But look at that pigmentation. It's like extremely full coverage. It's a matte, but it's so creamy. I've had some of these for such a long time and they are never dry. They glide on so nicely. They are ridiculously, absurdly pigmented, even like with one swatch and you're good to go. And they're, of course, under $10. There's so many different colors on them. Like I said, this is one of my favorite ones. It's like a pinky nude with a little bit of peach in there, and I don't know, I just really, really like them. I love that they're a very comfortable matte. They're not a drying matte. They're not a tug at the lips kind of matte. They just glide on so smoothly and so nicely. One of my favorite lipsticks of all time. If you have not tried any of these, you need to get your hands on these because these are just fantastic. They're absolutely, absolutely gorgeous, and they're super comfortable to wear for a really long time. All right, so that is it for my top 10 beauty products under $10. Definitely leave it down in the comments below. What are some products I missed, or some products that you guys love that are under $10 as well, because I know I did not mention every single product out there. These are products that I've been obsessed with for such a long time. These are products I constantly use all the time in tutorials. Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram, all that stuff's gonna be linked down below for you guys, as well as coupon codes for you to try out. Leave any video suggestions or any ideas that you may have down in the comments below as well. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye. Why? Why are you always squeaking? Why are you always squeaking? Can I show the people this? Look at this. A turkey sandwich. That's what he got. Come here, baby. Come here.